someone to love me if you don't.
What up? Good morning. It's early enough for me to say that. Try to get in. Just wanted to get right to it today, this morning. I know it's kind of late, but I actually had a chance to sleep in, so I'm feeling pretty decent. You know, at the end of my coffee cup. Probably gonna be wanting some more soon. Praise Yah, what's good? So I want to look at a new thing I just noticed today about the possible new MPC that's coming out, and I'm also just chopping a sample. So we'll get to that part of the discussion. Just wait for people to pour in and see what y'all think about that. But first, a word from my sponsor. Hey, real quick, if I can grab your attention before we get into the content and have you head into the description where there'll be a link to my sample pack store. This is a great way you can support the channel, get something in return. If you ever found any kind of value from what I do over here and you're an MPC user or an SP44 Mark II user, I specialize in packs for that. I also got some free stuff over there, so please do head over and feel free to download those. All right. All right. So what is good, Ali Star? How you feeling today, man? Feeling good today? Feeling creative? So yeah, I've been on my new goal. I think I said it since Monday when I did that initial MPC speculation vid. I felt like I hadn't been doing music for a minute and really was just on this more of a gear conversation kind of thing in the live streams. Although I've been pretty consistent doing these live streams, I haven't been as consistent with creating music and just diving into that process. So I want to get back to it. So yeah, I'm working on that. This is I think this is day 4, probably day 3 of that, but day 4 of the week. So I've been decently consistent. Drink some of your milk, okay?
I already drink this a lot, but
okay.
my song is running because I was drinking all it.
Yeah. So I was saying that I've been pretty dang consistent as far as the live stream. So happy on that. But I think this is going to be a music making stream. This is about the balance. See, I'm talking about gear, about speculating about stuff, but also trying to make music. So the goal is to just get to straight in music, get to making music first, and then we'll talk about that. Just because if I start talking about it first, it's going to throw me off, and I'm not going to even be in the process of making anything. So got a sample, chopped it up, and just converted it into a program. I'm very, I guess, meticulous, OCD about how I lay my tracks out. So whenever you make a new track, it puts it on, it puts it at the end of your track arrangement. So I want to move it. I like my chops to be number 1. I like it to be in the order that I'm creating. So,
I'll find some.
something going there. Oh, okay. We need this. Envelopes. How's it looking? How's the stream sounding? I'm good. Some positive news today. Other things. Yeah, I got to get creative after here, man. You got some good news, man. A bright thing. Okay, man. What is good? This time, UK folks. Is the stream getting glitchy and buffering? Okay, now that I've my fan on. Let's see. Yes. Okay. Like this time of day, Ali Star, is that what you mean? Which would be, it's probably night over there. It's morning for me. It's 11 a.m., so I still got an hour of morning. I think that's a good way to start it. It's been like a pretty big thing that occupies my mind as far as like I would love to just start the day creating. Mentally, I don't think I'm there, like to get on a live stream. Like there's little things that I do, you know, like get my coffee and do the stretch. I might take a shower and stuff. Wake up, just the wake up kind of shower. So I skipped all that today to just kind of get to this a little bit quicker. So I'm not fully alert, you know. I know how it is, you know, especially if you're kind of used to being night owls type of stuff, you know. I have used the looper. How have they ruined it? Mass. Yeah, let me get some feedback on the stream because I just have all this buffering and then it just said my broadcast restarted. Yeah, but tell me more about the looper. It does seem like it's different. Like at least the very thing on the surface I noticed is like it used to be that you could export to pad. Now up front is export to track. But I'm assuming there's more to it than you feel like has been ruined. Mr. Spacey, what's good? I just set the 404 to the side because I'm not really using it, and I like the framing of just the MPC, and so it's just, you know, it's not needed. But I'll pull it out when I get back to sampling some of the Integra stuff, and then I don't know, like I do go on these like cycles of what interests me, and for a minute I was like not interested in the MPC, and this was like probably a month ago, and I was like just SP, and I get it in these weird, and you probably understand, we jamming in these weird mental spaces where it's like I'm gonna sell everything but this, and that's where I was at with the SP, and now I'm not super interested in making anything with the SP ever since I got the Integra to the SP. I mean, the MPC has enough of instruments and stuff. I was in that, and then like MIDI'd it up to the MPC, and then I grew back to wanting to mess with the MPC. So now I'm here, like I'm most interested in MPC. So for that reason, I try to have the foresight of not really selling everything, you know, although I have the inclination, the idea that I want to, because I like the minimalistic thing. It's not reasonable, I don't think. It's not rational, I don't know. So I'm trying to, like, you know, just, you know, put stuff to the side. SP's actually sitting right here. Because I know I'm gonna come back around to wanting to use that piece. So yeah, so I'm trying to move out of that whole mentality of selling items, because I know that one day I'll just want to use it, and there's so many different pieces that I've repurchased. But when it comes down to it, sometimes you need money and you just go ahead and do that, but you end up losing a bit of money when you do stuff like that. Okay.
One.
Chop's a little weird. That messed things up. Hold on, let me redo this. Is the stream still choppy? Buffy McBuffer stream. Man. Yo, stream is buffering. Choppy stream. I haven't uploaded to 3.0 yet. Updated. SimCity Big World, what is good, man? Thanks for coming in. Mac Joseph, what's happening? Sounds better now. Appreciate it. 1900 hours. That's what, 7 p.m.? Looper is weird. It doesn't show the timeline loop. It records on the next bar. Just weird. Doesn't show the timeline. I'm not sure what you mean by that. Can you articulate that a little bit? And no option to assign to a pad, just to. No, you do have an option to assign to a pad. Like I was saying, you got to hold shift though. So they put that in the background. So like, yeah, for sure. It's there. Just look at it, hold shift. I thought it was kind of like dumb at first. I was like, cause I'm gonna want to put it to pad, because that's how I usually work. Put it on a drum program, drum track. So why is track start using the audio tracks more? So for my looper stuff than drum tracks, because it allows me to pop within the audio track and arrange that way easier than having to go into the sample edit and chop that up and then use up multiple pads. But we'll see how that works. You know, more audio tracks sounds more ideal to me now than it did before, because I was just using them for vocal tracks. Focus. Okay, let me get back on track here. Shoot. Okay. I don't know why my first chop is labeled 2 and everything subsequently is all messed up. Like, how does that happen? Okay. Forget that. Just try to chop it in the program or sample edit and it's fine. I just was triggering it weird. Okay. All right. So I think I already know how I'm going to chop this. I mean, I'm not really doing a lot of chop. I haven't been doing a lot of crazy chopping. Just I've been finding good samples lately. I feel like ones that I like. So I want to do, this would be the hook. For real? Okay, it's because I had that looped over here. Okay. That's weird. Do I have 3 people in the chat, or I have 31? Because it says 31 up there on my other screen. It says 3 here. 35. Oh, okay. Well, that's much nicer. Hey, let me get a thumbs up for the algorithm. Appreciate y'all. We're going to get to, talking about, I'm pretty sure that's why y'all are pouring in. I want to look at something I just noticed on the FCC site about the new possible MPC hardware. Who knows? Could be a Kai Force. Could be something else completely. I don't know. But we already did break down that, these certain filing codes, ACV, Y or Y40 ACV, indicates that it's an MPC. So something is coming and it's exciting. So we can gas a little bit longer. But I don't know if this is it, then it might be a little bit of a wait. I mean, it's not too much of a wait, but maybe enough for us to, save up a little bit. Who am I kidding? I don't save up ever. I just put everything on credit. Who out there saves any money to buy gear? Because if you do, you're smart. You're an intelligent person for sure. But I've never done that in my life. I think I was like, I hesitated to even get into, getting a credit card. But then when I did get a credit card, it's been music gear ever since. First thing I ever bought was a drum kit. And I've been doing eBay purchases with like PayPal credit for the longest time now, and stacking that up to ridiculous proportions. I think PayPal gives me like, well, we don't talk about my credit line, but let's just say my credit line is a little bit deeper than my bank. Yes, it's the devil, and he's in the details. You see them 30% interest rates? For sure, crazy, ridiculous. And that's why, if I had the ad right now to queue up, I would say, hey, go to Zounds.com. Because Zounds.com has no interest, pay as you play. And you can play now and pay later. Something like that. Doing an ad. But anyways, yeah, straight up. Zounds is a good spot. I don't know if you can mess with Zounds if you're in the UK. I don't know. Do they have an equivalent of Zounds like in the UK where you don't have to pay interest? You just get on this this monthly program where it's like equal amounts of payments, and it just pulls it out of your debit card, out of your bank. Yeah, so don't mess around with those Gear Site music cards, man. 30% interest rate is ridiculous. Oh, 26 grand, man. That's wild. The only thing that I have on that large is my student loan or a car. So, but never credit cards. I think maybe 10K at the most. Just still. Psh. It sounds a little choppy. Okay, well, maybe just move some notes around, as I do not have quantize on. I usually try to make a habit of, and I forget, like the MPC, if you have it quantize off, it'll stay off, I think, from project to project. But I'll try to keep quantize on for my chops. Like, I feel like if there's any like natural swing to like your sample, it's already baked into the sample because musicians played it, so you don't really need to. You just chop it and put it on the grid. Let me know if you agree or not, but that's what I've kind of found. So long as you chop it well. I must have chopped this not very well because it sounds all, I don't know why. Sounds bad. I may not even, because I'm not even thinking I'm gonna chop this all crazy. See if I just do a loop, let's see, from here. Do some manual chopping instead. Yeah, this will. Okay, my mistake. See, you gotta like remember to do all this stuff. Like I got all pads on to edit them right now. I need to turn them on. Okay, I need 4 bars. Are we getting choppy on the stream again? Okay. Okay, that's good. All right, and then I can chop. I really only want 4 pieces for each one of these little sections, so that's going to be my hook. Actually, this is... no, I want this to be... Okay, so I want this. Okay, let me just chop it simple. Okay, copy this real quick. Double the length, and then let me copy it again. Sequence 3. I do 2 hook sections, and then I don't need to copy it again. Move over. You know, one thing I still haven't figured out how to do is change my sequence name without copying it. This is weird. It used to be able to. It used to be here. Maybe if I hold it, there it is. Simple. Verse. Let's go verse. I'll just do. Yeah, first one. We'll just call it verse. Okay, and this will be. That feels sloppy. Okay, we'll double the length of that. Okay. Just delete. I don't need this track. Wait, this will be intro. Don't forget the drums on that one over here. All right. Chat, what's up? What is good? We got 3 thumbs up. Let's get straight to it. Y'all see this. This is why so many people are coming in and dropping out. They don't care about what I'm doing. Y'all just want to know about a new MPC. Understandable. Let's take a look at what I was talking about. And then y'all can chat about it. And I'll keep making some beats here. Some music. All right, so looking at the FCC thing. So when you click on it, it brings you to, when you click on Y40 ACPG and you click on summary, you can click on details. That's clickable. And then you can find like documents in there. Y'all can see this, right? You can find documents in there. The ones that are available. But if you, yeah, I will look for some later. I already heard you. All right, give me a minute. But if you click on summary, it'll show you actually more of the documents that are not viewable. So if you go down a little bit here, you'll see internal photos. So those internal photos have been submitted, right? So some, like in the FCC, if you had access to this, you can see what it is that they filed. And in there, you would see the MPC. Right? You would see the unit like we've seen in the past. Y'all seen photos of this. I think you could even go back and look at older ones and open those up that, like, you know, MPCs that have been released. Like you can go to the MPC Key 37, click on this photo section and see the photos of the Key 37. But what I'm saying is, let me know if what y'all think is, like, if you go over here and look at internal photos and look all the way to the right where it says permanent confidentiality, then it says short-term confidentiality. So for all the internal photos, it says short-term confidentiality. For the internal and external photos, it says yes. And then to the right of that, date available, when these photos will become publicly available, I'm assuming, it says 9/23/2025. So what is that? September 23rd, 2025. So could this possibly be a release date? I don't really necessarily know how this actually works. Is it possible it could probably be released? Because I was thinking it'd be released earlier, along with what some other people I've seen saying, like, it makes sense because Akai has, they made a statement a couple months ago, I think, that the software, the desktop software for MPC3 will be available, but I think it'll only be in beta at that point. So I don't know if they would line up a release with the beta of the software, or if they would wait. Because it does seem like it's possible that if they release the beta in May, that by September we would maybe have like the official desktop software. So is that what that is? In these cases, if they have these little short-term confidentiality agreements here with the FCC, do they ever renew them? So would there ever be a case where this might be extended? But it seems like, according to this, we should know by September 23rd what we're getting, if not earlier. So I don't know. What do y'all think? What is your speculation on that? Do you think we'll see it earlier along with desktop software, or do you think it'll be we'll have to wait until just about the end of the year? Well, hopefully the stream isn't buffering too badly right now while I'm talking about this. Get cheap enough. It's be jamming buys too much. Watched your vid on the comment. Okay. Yeah, good hint on the looper. Yeah, check that out. Cleats, what's good? Streaming fluid now, no more glitches. Appreciate it. I'm a little behind on these chats, but let's chat it up for a minute. I got my sample chopped up in sequence. Oh, the KO2 update. I didn't watch the video. I mean, I briefly clicked on Sun Wu's. That's pretty crazy. That's cool. Like, it made the thought go through my head, let me grab this, but I don't need it. I got sidechain on my MPC. So, but that is cool, Maybe it'll push the competitors and stuff. Maybe it'll push Roland, because, yeah, I mean, that's a pretty good contender to the SP now. Tariff on the imports. What's up, Phantom, though? Found some 8-year-old Bitcoin, so I'm a wee bit flush for a while. Whoa. Dang, 8 years. Has it changed? It's changed significantly, right? I don't know where Bitcoin's at right now, but I know I know enough to have heard that Bitcoin hit its highest of all time, I believe, this year. Alex Sandoval, what's good? Hey, bro, I was wondering if I could pay you to help me set up my live where I can record the SP404SX effects. I checked out multiple videos on YouTube, but still can't get it going. Yeah, we can go over it, man. I do have a video on it. I've had people watch that video and still have questions, so yeah. I don't know, hit me up on IG or on Facebook if we're connected over there. Friend me up on Facebook, maybe send me a message. Like either of those two, because you could do video chat on those. So, Tiny, what's good? Bro, the drums was fire. You learned to finger drum only by practice. Yeah, I learned to finger drum just by playing around and watching like the greatest finger drummers that you see online, Beats by J Black and Dat Sun and Arab Music. I mean, Arab Music was the first I ever saw. I think he's most likely the innovator, the pioneer of all that. When I watched him, I didn't feel compelled to try to finger drum. It was like, that's ridiculous, So, Beats by J Black really made it seem more approachable. I don't know if y'all ever seen his videos, like his early videos. I came across him, I think, on Facebook, and he's always had this big pearly white smile whenever he's doing it, and it's like very captivating. And he made it look a lot simpler, and that's not to like take away from his skill, but yeah, I just watch those guys, watch their fingers kind of closely, and then like look at where the sample placement is. So yeah, bite that a little bit. Like right now, currently, I've been changing my pad, and it's changed over time. But right now, I'm pretty much, I just took what I seen Dat Sun do, and I'm implementing. So now just barely implementing the toms. I haven't been doing toms for a long time. I've just been doing this little snare roll thing. I got a video on it where the snare roll is pretty cool. You add that into it, makes your whole thing sound a little bit more like legit. But yeah, I'm definitely still trying. Can't really run with those guys. Like I can do a little bit. Beta is in May next month. Yeah. Gonna be weird if they do a new flagship with beta software. Just a new live with double memory. Yeah, so you think like the releasing, maybe they'll do the flagship later, and that's why we haven't seen like another FCC file code. Maybe because from the look of the label and the, I guess, schematic, the outline of the unit right here. I'll pull it up again one more time. It's got the shape of an MPC Live or like a Live 2. So, but then also, according to the MPC forums, there is like I think 3 different codes, and I guess it could mean a couple things. Like it could mean that some of those codes, maybe they're just controllers, because controllers don't require the FCC filing because they don't have the Wi-Fi or Bluetooth. See, here's the ID label. So that's what this kind of indicates. Well, this isn't the one I was talking about, but this indicates, says, this device complies with a part of the FCC rules. Interference, all that. But the thing is, like, we probably wouldn't even see this on FCC. So this is the reason why this is on FCC, is because this piece of hardware, this audio device, will create some kind of interference, to my limited knowledge of how all that works. But yeah, so like a controller wouldn't really require a filing. So it could be that, or it could be that they just haven't filed them yet and they're planning a later release. And maybe that the flagship X would go along with the actual software. And then I've seen something in another post. Someone made a good point. So shout out to everybody who's contributing their speculation, like on forums and like Reddit and stuff. One guy was saying, which is kind of underwhelming, is that the new flagship MPC X will likely just be a new skin. And where I guess that's justified is that, the skin will just be, it'll still have like, the XSE has 4 gigabytes of RAM, which has been increased. So that was pretty much the only thing that was upgraded with the MPC X SE was 4 gigabytes of RAM and the skin, like the retro skin. And for that, you don't really require, I don't believe we ever had to see, there wasn't an FCC filing, because it was a unit that on the inside and pretty much the outside was identical, other than 4 gigs of RAM. But what this person said I saw on Reddit was saying, like, what it could just be a whole different skin. Imagine a red MPC, and then like the labels are updated to fit the new terminology of MPC3, right? So it's little stuff like, instead of program edit, it's track edit, arranger button, arranger label on the actual unit. So maybe it's just that, and that's why we haven't seen an FCC thing. That's underwhelming for sure. I wouldn't get excited about it. I don't think at this point, I really understand myself and my whole situation, that I'm not buying any more MPC keyboards or flagships, although I appreciate and think those are great. And there's a situation or a person that's for. Like, I'm really excited about a new portable MPC. So yeah, if there's a keyboard you won't, or a flagship, you won't likely see it here, unless they make like the mini keyboard, which I was hoping and expecting the Key 37 to be, was actually something more the size of like, I guess this is kind of the size of a Key 37, because those are full size keys. But I'm talking about like mini keys, like a mini, like something more the size of the MPK Mini Plus, like 37 mini keys. And I still would like to see it like any mini keyboard MPC. And I would like to see how that works with something with a smaller touchscreen. I know a lot of people probably bitch about it being difficult to actually do stuff on a small screen, like even on the 7-inch one, but I think that would be dope. So if they did come out with a portable battery powered mini keys MPC, I actually would prefer like 32 or 37 over a 25, because in that case, a 25, you could probably just easily pack a mini 25 key keyboard in with your bag, and it doesn't make too much difference. 37 would be kind of nice, all in one, instead of trying to put a bunch of different things in your bag if you want. And 37 keys is just a lot more playable. 32 is all right. Mini keys is what we're talking about. So, yeah. Okay, so but I was gonna pull up this to kind of. There was the other one, label location info. So this is what we're looking at and what it seems to be. If you own, I mean, you don't even have to own one. Angular shape of this, what does that look like to y'all? So yeah, it's just kind of running through my head, just wondering if like Akai hates this kind of thing, or they expect it at this point that everybody's doing this. I mean, it's just a good user fan base. It was an indicator of that. Yeah. Let me see. Thoughts, anyone? Just you think, well, I don't know if it's just going to be a new live with just double memory, because, well, like I was just saying, if that logic, if that's the way it works with the XSE, we didn't see an FCC filing. If they made it a new MPC live, let's say it made it red, because that's the trend that they're doing, and then put 4 gigs of RAM in it and change some of the button labels, right? Would we even see this? So while I do think a RAM upgrade is going to come for like all the new, I would assume and hope that that's coming for all the new MPCs. I don't think that's just what this is. I think this might be something a little bit different, hopefully. But that's one detail I don't know. Like, what warrants or requires a new FCC? Like how many differences to an iteration does it require, like, for it to be filed? A minute ago. But yeah, no, that's definitely the MPC is AI for sure. Even I posted it up on a post and in Facebook, and even on the thumbnail, if you look close, bottom in the fine print, it says this is an AI depiction. No doubt, Tiny. Thanks for the question. It's all speculation now. This year, really? That a lot bigger than 5. You're saying the label location document that I was looking at is bigger than a live? I think people in the forums were they were having a conversation about that, like, in the not real to life dimensions of the actual, not to take that as real to life, the dimension that you see in the picture, but I don't know. This is bigger than an X. Okay. Well, I mean, that would make more sense for them to drop a new X, I think. That's been long more overdue, and the live has had its updates. I mean, if you don't count the XSE as an update, which I don't know if I do, just 4 gigs in a paint job really, like, the processor, I don't know. I mean, it just doesn't is. Oh, we're buffering and buffering. Sly Dangerfield, thanks for putting us up on the Sonito. I ordered 2 of them. They work great. No doubt, man. Sonito's a cool company, for sure. Yeah, they're a company that they treat me well too, man. We have communication through email, so like I requested to get those devices because it's something that I would use for sure, and they gladly sent that out. And then when new products actually start to come out, they'll hit me up. So they actually have some new stuff coming out that I'm a part of, so you'll see on the channel. Yeah, me too, definitely. It's kind of a common theme. Prefer a more portable MPC, or the opposite, I guess, is a Force keyboard. I would not prefer that. I would prefer. I do want to finally try Force one day, and I was gonna buy a used one, but I realized that they stopped producing them, so something new is coming. I would have hoped that they went and made like the more portable Force though. So I probably won't try one unless they do that. DJ Marky Bash was good. Another bit of evidence is the test report listed 19-volt adapter, same as Live 2, powering the unit under test, while the Key 37 uses a 12-volt adapter. And what does the MPC-X use, if you know? Yeah, it's not a repeat product. Yeah, I don't think so. So exciting, pretty exciting. Mikolaj, what's good? There's a big sale on the MPC-X SE at the Thomann in Europe this week. You can buy it for 1,500 euros. Yeah, that is a big difference. What is that, like 800? So yeah, those are two other indicators. The Live is off 300. It sounds like the XSE is off significantly. So two indicators, and I mean that's still, I'm still going with that prediction. Kai Force 2, whatever it is, I think it's the keyboard. MPC Live 3 and MPC X 2, I guess. Just based off of all the evidence that you see, the sales, just the time frame of when these units have been updated, and the discontinuation of the Force. William Oates was good. For me at this point, it kind of just needs to update the Force OS. Yeah, it's coming. I went over that in a stream before. Like, it's coming for sure. And I mean, they've said it. They've stated it. Until they find a way to allow VSTs, it's honestly kind of the same thing being released. Yeah, I mean, that's gonna be awesome. I mean, there's hope though. Like, man, I just need to like just chill out for a minute, because getting all this stuff like the SecTrack, the Integra 7, like I don't know if I'm gonna keep it, because my mind's already like, I would really love to use Contact. And so those what is it, complete, not complete, but the Control S MKII series, that's dope. But then I'd have to plug a computer up, which I don't really want to do. But if the day comes when MPC can run Contact, which like even just 6 months ago sounded ridiculous, but now it doesn't sound too ridiculous with the new NI integration. Like, there could be a possibility, right? Like, this runs off of Linux, right? They could build something, right? You can run Contact on Linux, right? I don't know people who are running Linux computers, really. I don't really know too much about all that, but man, that would be the day. That would be dope. Someone in my comments told me to avoid NI for some reason. They're saying they were a terrible corporation. I was trying to ask them why. For the cost of some of these, they need to add a full-fledged computer in these devices. Third party could come to MPC in the next gen. Yeah, that would be dope. Just got a Key 37 for $400. That's a pretty good deal. Dang. I mean, that's like half. That's less than half. Wow. I acquired the XSE when it first dropped, but sold it in anticipation of a totally new flagship model. SE was like a good mid-cycle refresh for me. Pawn shop luck, huh? Hidden Material, what's good? I can already tell they're going to market the crap out of this. This can run 2 times as many plugins type. Yeah. I mean, how many plugins can you do on the SE? I wonder. Native Instruments takes Takes years to get updated. I figured that was the main thing, is not really updating stuff. So, but yeah, I would just be about this. Like they put out new instruments all the time, and that's all I really care about when it comes to native instruments. Machine is kind of cool, but I don't think I'll go back that route. Just interested in the instruments. Duplicate this track real quick. Yeah. That's pretty bad. work. Just do a little bit more of a mellow. I like to do 12-bar verses. Double this up. I'm gonna double it up, triple it up, chop off the end of it, and do a fill. So, this double length twice. This is what I do because I like 12-bar verses to keep it simple on myself when I'm writing lyrics. I don't quite got 16 bars in me. Two 16-bar verses. So yeah, I'll do that, and then let me just chop off for the bars. So I go from 16 to 12. That's what I do usually. So delete bars. First bar would be what? Bar 12, and then last bar 16. I think that'll, nope, not quite. My initial thought was first bar 13. And the last one, bar 16. There we go. So now I got 12. So just do that. Have it come back around. Oh. All right, hold up, fellas. we're back. Just getting the groceries out the car, but I think that I'm probably gonna wrap it up here. Let me get in. I can't. Hold on, fellas. Yes. I don't want to. Yeah. Good.
Do you want a snack?
Let's go.
Here, let's wait till Daddy finishes his live before we start taking out
Here we are.
these little packages.
Yeah, I'm gonna go just a couple more minutes, just get with the chat, and then wrap it up.
Hot cocoa.
I'll say one.
Look at this.
I think I got a decent outline. I just gotta add like a bass line and some vocals and stuff.
Look.
Um,
Reese's and Captain Crunch.
let's see what's going on. Okay, here's where we left off. Hidden material can do a ton. It's just stuff like that. Fabric that's a bit sluggish. You talking about like loading fabric instruments? Yeah, that's the one key thing. Like, I'm pretty happy overall with the MPC, what I can do, because there's so much that I could do with it, you know, complete whole songs. And I would like to, I've always have this thought to minimize my gear, because ultimately I could do everything on the MPC, but then I get, you know, into the gas and wanting to use other stuff. But like, if that's like the one thing that like takes me out my workflow that bothers me about the MPC. I mean, for one, a lot of people don't like it because there's so much going on, and that's a part of the reason why I think some people would agree they like the SP more, because it's a simpler thing, but it obviously can't do as much. I mean, you could really do, you know, a lot with it. You know, it's a sampler and you could record your vocals in it and all that, and it doesn't have to be as produced. I don't know. But yeah, that's one of the main things, is like, that's why I like the hardware unit, the Integra. I can sift through different sounds and it's immediate, you know. Like when I'm doing that on the MPC and I'm like, I switch this piano to a different piano and I'm like, and I'm pressing pads and there's no sound because it's loading, and sometimes it takes like 4 whole seconds and it sounds like a nothing thing to complain about. But I mean, back in the 90s, 2000s, when they just had the hardware units, those things were moving faster than these. But it's a big difference. Like, these things had like, my thought is like they had like 64 gigs, 120, not gigs, like megabytes. Like they really squeezed the most out of, and I don't know if it's like a different kind of format, like a compressed format. And then I know they did a lot with like loop points and stuff, and sampling creatively like that, loop points, to get a lot more out of it. But yeah, I mean, back 20 years ago, maybe even 30 years ago, you could sift through presets a lot quicker than you can like on modern stuff. Well, I mean, the trade-off is you have layers and gigabyte samples. So, I mean, I guess that's the difference, being able to like instantly call up that stuff. Like even with Contact, I believe there's a slow or a slight load time, depending on what your computer specs are.
Put all that in there. Look what else I got you.
William Oates Force is a controller for Studio One. Is a complete hybrid beat making setup. Okay, I haven't heard of Force being used as a controller much. So that's interesting. Just upgraded NI Complete 15 standard. Cool. More than I'll ever need. Plus resampling, no complaints here. NI annoys me, but I do like their pianos. Going back to work, peace fam. Alright, peace, Bill Pocat. Probably already gone by now. Ali Star. Time for Roland to do a new MC range desktop Roland Power. MC range. Be jamming. I love Roland, but dislike them at the same time. They don't listen to the people using their gear. Well, as far as the SP, to some degree, I mean, right now it doesn't seem like it with the latest update, but like for the 404 update, me and the dude that runs Crema Cafe Design and a lot of those groups over there, like the SP group, we put together a wish list, and I think a lot of the stuff got in there. It might have just been that they were planning a lot of that stuff anyways, but I don't know. I mean, you could say that about any company, really. I mean, people even say it about the MPC, you know, especially the people that are like, well, where are my time signatures, you know? Adding stuff that no one really cares about before fixing stuff we do is frustrating. Yeah, I mean, that's been a common theme too with the MPC for a minute, you know? There are people that have a lot of bugs for things that are really important to the workflow. So those people are left behind, and they feel that way, so you can't please everybody all the time. The next MPC can run NKS stuff. That would be bananas. Yeah, that would be dope. For sure. I wonder if that was possible, if I could use... I don't know, that's a question that came up with this stuff. Is like, I think you need a new, with the new NI stuff that you can run on the MPC, you need like a new license. Yeah, might be the move. Yeah. That'd be cool if they are partnering up quite a bit more, and like if maybe Akai helped them on the hardware side. Maybe they just need a little help there, and then NI help them with the plug-in software side. That could be a nice little partnership that benefits us users quite a bit, man. All right, be jamming. The sample's dope. I sample off of, I use samplet.io, man. I've been having a lot of luck with that lately, so hopefully that run keeps going. I don't remember exactly who the artist was. JT, what's up? Peace, man. The Crazy Rabbit, what's up? Peace. Is this where I can grab the new MPC? What do you mean? Well, there's not quite a new MPC. We're just going over a little detail of speculating of what's coming. So, hope you're well as well. Peace and blessings, Linda Sun. So yeah, link in the description. I'll post a link to. I should have probably just put it in the chat. Most of you, some of you. It's a few different. I got quite up that'll work in your MPC SP. That's usually what I workstation, like Roland Fancy, Core Kronos, and Yamaha. Key 61, man, or Key 37. Ableton do a whole new. Use Ableton. 8 different bar length. Max style. Song is bananas if anyone's interested. Rick Rocks was good. You may want to see if it's possible throughout the metronome away from out with that. Might be pretty. Just turning it off. Once I've got like a rhythm down, I don't need it on. I know I still have it on here. Let me see if there's anything like that. Yeah, there is a route. But I can't, it doesn't seem, yeah, so the headphone out is I think tied to the outputs on the back, so. So yeah, it doesn't look like there's a way for me to just hear it and spare you all from having to listen to it. Let's see. Yeah, I'm about to wrap this up. Let me just mess around with see what this sounds like going into the verse or into the hook. I got no hi-hats here, man. Kicks a little sloppy on it. Little the drums for the hook. Turn this.
I'll find someone to love me.
The load times. Come on, mix box. What's going on? Check, check. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. What time is it? 12:30. Mix box not working. Sorry. I think it might be because, let me unplug this HDMI. Check, check. There it is. There we go. All right. Yeah. Check. Check. William Bradley, what's good? Najee Harrison, what's good? I don't know, you just jumping in at pretty much the end of it. I was trying to harmonize some kind of vocal idea to this beat here. It was kind of helpful when I'm playing something to kind of get the tone. So, not really in key. Working on it, trying to get there, get more comfortable. What's good with you though? Mega Spins, what's up? Peace, bro. You're bad. What you mean, my bad? Ain't no bad. All good. It wasn't really working, so I like to go to the chat as a crutch when I'm not feeling it. I just need an idea, really. Something I've been procrastinating on is developing some kind of system to prompt ideas and like feed myself ideas like I'm AI, you know, like I'm ChatGPT. I need some prompts. Maybe I should just use ChatGPT. That's really what it is. I need to put ChatGPT on this phone here and have it prompt me. ChatGPT. Haven't installed it yet. But yeah, I'm about to jump off of here, man. I appreciate y'all kicking it with me again. More speculating. I'm probably gonna beat this one like a dead horse. Like every day I look to see if there's any more hints or clues as far as what's coming with the MPC. Yeah, I'm gonna jump off here, get something to eat, go get the kids, start my regular day. So yeah, praise y'all. Appreciate y'all. Now I got ChatGPT on here, so if I was like, give me some song prompts, song writing prompts, please. Sure, here's some songwriting prompts. A letter you never sent. The moment you knew it was over or just beginning. A memory that keeps replaying in your mind. What you'd say to your younger self. So loving someone who doesn't love you back. This is pretty cool. This could be something to get some ideas out of. So maybe I'll try that on the next round. I'm too deep into it. I don't like to stream for longer than a couple hours. So, and my family's back, so gotta balance everything. All right, peace, everyone.